The first thing I did is made sure that Wing's skin was clean and moisturised so that I had a good base to work on. After that I matched her foundation. I had to mix a few shades together in order to get exactly the right colour, but once I did that I just applied foundation all over the face, starting off on the T-zone and then blending out. As you guys know, I don't like heavy foundation, so I like to apply as little as possible and then going over little areas that might need a little more coverage, so that way you don't end up with a cakey face, because I don't think it's nice for the model and I don't think it looks good, so I try to avoid that. With a small fluffy blending brush, I just went over any of the areas which need a little more coverage, and then I set the whole foundation with powder. Not too much, mainly down the T-zone, because I still want this to look glowy, but I don't want it to look oily. So I took a HD powder and then I just applied it over the nose, T-zone, forehead. Wing had a little bit of irritated dry skin on her left eyelid, so the first thing I did before I even went close to her eye makeup is put a little bit of cream on that and let it sink for a while I did the rest of her face makeup. I did a small amount of contouring along her cheekbones and jawline and then covered up any areas which I might have missed the first time I did the foundation. I took a large fluffy brush for the highlighter and I put some down the bridge of the nose in a C shape just underneath the arch of the brow, and then going around the corner of the eye along the top of the cheekbones. And then for the cheeks I used a peachy pink blusher and blended that in with my fingers.
I can let go of fear, I can give you my heart and the roses.
Once that was all blended out, I went ahead and applied a primer, and I'm going to be using a brush for this. For the eyeshadow, I didn't actually use eyeshadow for the main colour. I ended up using a blush from Sleek which has this really beautiful mixture of a kind of, how would I describe this? A pinky colour with some gold undertones which looks so beautiful. I applied that all over the lid and then blended it out. On the outer corner of the eye though, I used a very light taupey brown, and that's going to start off on the lower lid as close to the lashes as possible, and then you want that to curve around onto the upper lid and blend into that pink shade. Once those colours were all blended together, I went ahead and applied some eyeliner, and it's got to have a slight wing to it, not much, but just a little flick on the outer corner of the eye, starting at the inner corner, and get that as close to the lashes as you can. Once the eyeliner was done, I went ahead and applied some lip balm. Now I wanted this to sit and settle in for a little bit, so while that was just sinking in, I went ahead and applied some highlighter at the inner corner of the eye and then blended that up into the eyeshadow. For the lips I used a combination of colours. For the overall colour I used a colour which was slightly darker and a little bit richer than her natural lip colour. And then over that, just right down the centre of the lips, I used a very bright red but then had a gradient so that it spread out to the rest of the colour. And then just along the Cupid's bow I applied some highlighter. And then that's it. That's how I did her makeup.